Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Swipe Up, the 113th episode of the show where I share some of my favorite posts from Instagram. Let's get it started with a good dude who produces a lot of great documentaries, Adam Scorgi, showing a picture from him and the rest of the crew finishing up mixing the audio for the upcoming Michael Bisping documentary, which I am looking forward to. One of my favorite UFC fighters, and just in general, Michael Bisping seems to be like a really, really funny and cool dude. And Adam Scorgi is a fun dude who I've had the pleasure of talking to on multiple occasions on old podcasts from time has since forgot. Yeah, Adam Scorgi finishing up the audio mix. Looking forward to that documentary that they started filming, I want to say like 2 years ago. It seems like maybe even more than that. But yeah, if you are a fan of documentaries, I would definitely check out all of the documentaries that Scorgi has produced. Most recently was the Danny Trejo documentary, which was great. But so many others. So check that out. Looking forward to that. Highly anticipated in my head. But yeah, moving on to another announcement. I mean, it's a piece of art by Boss Logic, which I love. Boss Logic puts out so much art. I don't know how much of his design work he actually gets paid for, but they all look professional. They all seem like that every movie studio hires him to make these posters. But this is a very minimalist. Deadpool 3 was announced. This is a very minimalist poster design for Deadpool 3. 3 just kind of bullets on a white background with their shadows. I want to say that there's probably another poster that is very similar to this, and I can't remember what movie it is, but a great poster design, very minimal, but very, very good. And I'm looking forward to Deadpool. I enjoyed Deadpool 2. Just it has, as far as mixing action and comedy, I think it does it pretty well. I don't know offhand which of the Deadpools I like more. If I like the first one or the second one more, but I do enjoy this franchise in general. So I'm looking forward to a third installment in the Deadpool franchise, and great poster design there for that. Now let's move on to let's just say the conservative Rudy Giuliani specifically has not been having a good year. I mean, he's the legal consultant for one of the worst presidents of all time. He's been caught tucking in his shirt on the newest Borat film. He's had to do press conferences in parking lots of lawn maintenance companies. And now it seems that the color in his hair is running for the hills. But let's just see this meme here. Hold on.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
What is that? I wonder what Cardi B was actually reacting to. I know it's not this, but it's perfect. It's perfect. This Rudy Giuliani, of course, the hair dye running down his head, his face, and him wiping his face, but not getting any of the... It would have been funny to see him wipe his face and get a little bit of that hair dye on the napkin, and then him seeing the napkin and potentially freaking out. That would have been funny. But this is funny as well. There's many memes of this going around the internet. There's also another clip of him blowing his nose into that handkerchief and then using the snot side of the handkerchief to wipe his face, which is just, he's a disgusting human. In so many ways, a disgusting human. And I have zero sympathy for the fact that he's constantly the punchline of everything that's happening right now. The fact that he's alive and hasn't had a heart attack or cancer or anything like that, or even caught in coronavirus and maybe have that ravage his system. Just kind of a horrible human that deserves all of this that's coming to him. But yeah, a fun meme here with Cardi B reacting to Giuliani's melting hairstyle. Moving on now to just something that I enjoy. It's starting to cool down in the desert, but in the high desert, not too far from here, they got a little bit of dusting of snow, and it's always kind of cool to see all those. I believe those are Joshua trees, right? I think they are. Surrounded by snow. It's crazy how close snow is. Like when you're in the valley, when you're in the Palm Springs, Coachella Valley area, during like pretty soon, once we get like rain, like we'll probably get, well, we might not get any rain, but probably, after the new year, usually in February, we get a ton of it. But you'll see snow like surrounding the valley on all of the mountains, and it's just kind of a cool thing to see. And just if you want to get to the snow, it's a pretty quick trip, assuming there's no coronavirus. But yeah, just a beautiful scene there of the high desert. Yeah, it is Joshua Tree National Park. Dude. Now moving on to just one of the most spectacular knockouts I have ever seen. Last second knockouts in the UFC. This one, Korean Zombie versus Yair Rodriguez, which was a crazy fight. Yair Rodriguez was losing the fight. It was a close fight, crazy fight, losing the fight. Last round, seconds left. Korean Zombie comes in, and even the commentators were shook. They didn't know what happened. Paul Felder thought it might have been a headbutt. But after seeing the slow motion replay, you see this Yair ducking down and throwing the perfect up elbow to knock out Korean Zombie. And just an insane ending to... This is the one thing I love about MMA over every single other sport that's out there. Like, you can be losing every second of an MMA fight. Every single second you could be losing. And just in the final second, you can score one shot, and that can win you the fight. Not only just a punch or an elbow like this, but you look at like Anderson Silva versus Chael Sonnen won the first time they fought. And Chael Sonnen dominated that entire fight, all 5 rounds, up until the last few seconds. I don't know how, maybe a minute left in the last round, and he catches Chael Sonnen in a triangle. So even submissions you can catch. You can't do that. You can't be like playing a basketball game and be down 100 points and then throw up one Hail Mary shot and it goes in and you win. You can't. You can't do that. You can rally back from some things, from some deficits, but there's fights where it's like you just never know. You never know. Underdogs can win. Underdogs do win. Crazy things happen. And this is by far the craziest knockout that I've ever seen, and it was crazy to watch it live. Because it's one of those things where it's like, what just happened? And they have to like slow it down to even see. Because you don't see, nobody does that. It's not like a knockout. It's not like he threw a jab while Korean Zombie was coming in and caught him and put him down. It was like the most unique way to knock somebody out in the final seconds of a fight. And it happened 2 years ago, November 10th. Moving on to the last bit of MMA news. Israel Adesanya, not Israel Adesanya, Anderson Silva was let go by the UFC, which is something that I was not expecting. I was not expecting Anderson Silva to let go. I thought they signed him to a big contract so he couldn't leave. He is a big part of the UFC brand. But I would assume that he's been released because he wants to fight again. Or maybe he wants to fight, do something else. Maybe he's going to do like, I mean, so many fighters go to the bare knuckle boxing thing, which is insane. But I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what happens. He goes to Bellator. I mean, Bellator. I mean, I guess he could go to like a Ryzen or something like that. Maybe he wants to get juiced up again. That could happen potentially. Or one championship. I don't know how much they test for drugs and any other. I mean, just all the other MMA organizations other than the UFC don't have the strict drug testing that the UFC has. So, and Anderson's popped for steroids before. So kind of sad to see him go. A legend, and he's not going to do great things in the UFC. I mean, he could probably have some big fights, but maybe he's going over to Bellator to fight get a rematch with what's his face. I'm just blank. I blank on names. The harder I try to think of them, the less I can. But let's do some shout outs and get out of here, shall we? Shout out to Scorgy, Bisbing Duck, Michael Bisbing. Shout out to Boss Logic, Comedian, Miss Pat, Coachella Valley, ESPN MMA, Mark Ramonde, MMA, and shout out most importantly to you. Get yourself 2 free books you can read with your ear holes with Audible through my link, inspireddisorder.com/Audible. That's AUDIBLE. Get yourself 2 free books when you sign up. That's 1 month free of Audible service. You get a free credit every month after that if you choose to stay with the service. That means 1 book every month, plus Audible originals, guided wellness programs, news, and so much more. Sign up now through my link, inspireddisorder.com/Audible, and get yourself 2 free books. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/InspiredDisorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com, and follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out!